Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Andler. I'm here with my teammates Sam Wolf and Tyler Wilson, and together we are Team Uji. Before we talk to you about how we're going to revolutionize the showering experience, the first thing I want to do is explain to you an opportunity and a problem we've identified in the marketplace. So, the problem we've identified is that people generally spend too long showering. They lose track of time and simply space out, and in doing so, they waste water, energy, and money. The opportunity we've identified is that universities are constantly looking for ways to brand themselves as more eco-friendly and environmentally sustainable while also saving money. Together, we've kind of combined these insights and created a solution that we're calling the Uji Showerhead. The Uji Showerhead is a showerhead that gradually fades from green to red as users take longer and less efficient showers, encouraging them to take shorter, more energy efficient showers. Today, I'm really excited to actually present to you a live working demonstration of the Uji Showerhead to give you a feel of exactly what it would look like if this were installed in your home or your university. So you'll notice as we turn on the shower, it'll turn blue, alerting users to know that their water is still cold and you're not going to want to get in quite yet. As it fades to green, you know that your water is ready to heat it up and you're ready to get in. It will then slowly fade from green through yellow all the way to red, alerting and encouraging users to get out of the shower without ever forcing them or making them feel uncomfortable and need to get out of the shower. So this is something we're really excited about, and it's our live working demonstration of the technology. Something we found during our user research tests that we've been running is something we're calling the 987 principle, which we think is really awesome. This is that while the average shower takes 9 minutes, by installing Uji, we found that we're able to reduce this average shower time from 9 minutes down to 8 minutes. And by reducing average shower time, we're actually able to pay for itself in energy savings after only 7 months. This is assuming a $50 retail price point to consumers. And we're thinking about this and we were excited. We were pleased that it was only 7 months to pay it back. But then we were wondering, is there any way we can improve this further? Is there any way we can lessen this payback time? And what we realized is that by installing these in universities where more individual users are taking showers on any given day, we can cut this payback time from 7 months down to just 3 months, which we thought was awesome. So now I'm actually going to hand it over to Tyler, who's going to talk less about the economic impacts of Uji and more about the environmental impacts. Thanks.
Thanks, Brett. So based on our calculations, one showerhead installed in a university setting can actually save 4,500 gallons of water in a year. That's the equivalent of a typical above-ground pool full of water. We can also save 850 kilowatt hours of energy. And with energy savings and water savings like this, we know that we have a very strong value proposition for any university that's looking to brand themselves as eco-friendly and save money while doing it. Our preliminary user testing has been designed to see if we're actually able to change behavior. Are we actually getting people to shorten their showers? And what we've done is essentially go into off-campus houses around Tufts and first install a dummy showerhead. This is essentially just a regular showerhead, but it logs the average shower time for users over the course of a week. We then come in and replace this with the Uji lighted interface that you see before you, and again measure the average shower time over the course of a week. What we found is about a 12% reduction in shower time. This is really significant, and this is the number that we've used to calculate those metrics that I just gave you. We're confident that we can maintain the same type of reduction as we actually scale up our testing both in houses and in universities. So I've really been talking to you guys about what one showerhead can do. And where our company and where our story become compelling is when we think about scaling this up to thousands and thousands of showerheads installed throughout the US. There are 1 million total showerheads installed in universities and 130 million total showerheads installed throughout the US. What this means is this is a huge market, and if we're able to penetrate just a fraction of a percent of this to start out, our environmental impacts are significant. But as we scale our business to really penetrate these markets, the environmental impacts scale as well and become truly large in the future. So I'm going to hand it over to Sam to talk a little bit about our competitive advantage and why we think we can win.
Hi, so I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Uji's competitive advantage. First off, Uji is a product for universities, and we plan to sell it directly to universities and not through distributors. While this slice of the showerhead market is too small for big existing showerhead companies to go into, this is a perfect entry market for Uji Showerhead. Also, as of November, we have filed and received a provisional patent on Uji, and we're currently working to turn this provisional patent into a utility patent. Finally, today, right here, we feel that we have a strong competitive advantage to win this Tufts 100K business competition. First off, we have a physical product right here. It means we can walk up to anyone, hand it to them, they can install it in their shower, and instantly give us user feedback to help us perfect and make better the Uji Showerhead. Also, we've been working for the last 7 months on gaining as much user traction and market traction as possible. So we've been talking to universities up and down the East Coast, and basically at this point we have 4 universities who have verbally agreed to install Uji showerheads as soon as we can get them the necessary product. This basically means that we can finish our prototypes and send it out and get it installed in real-time showerheads throughout the US. And we feel once we get Uji installed in a few showers, people will see the success of Uji, and further universities will get in line for our product. So there's a couple of next steps that this 100K funding will help us accomplish. First, as I mentioned before, we need to secure our intellectual property. Beyond that, secondly, the majority of our funding will be going to creating our next generation of these prototypes. These will be the prototypes that actually go out to our university pilot program. So, in conclusion, we started working on Uji 8 months ago with a seed investment from the Department of Energy and Berkeley Labs. And we've been working hard to create prototypes that have been proven to shorten shower times. And now, with our university traction, we want to take Uji to the next step. We feel that we can quickly get Uji installed in showers across the nation. And as soon as universities start to see the savings in water, in energy, and in money, then people throughout the US will see the true impact of Uji. Thank you.
That was great. I've got a couple questions. One is it just a function of time that the color changes, or is it tied in some way to the individual? How is that? And then the second question is just thinking, this is great for somebody doing it. First 10 showers, they're going to adhere to it. Has your testing shown that over time people say, oh yeah, I'm supposed to get up, but I'm not going to because I love sitting in this warm shower?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So, oh, wow, I've completely forgotten your first question, which was...
First question, is it just a function of time that the colors are changing?
It is a function of time, but what we found is that showerheads going from one place to another, it's going to have a constant flow rate, so flow rate and time are effectively one and the same thing. So the environmental impact is the same whether you're calculating time or flow rate. And then as for your second question, which was, does this impact last? What we found is so far, yes, it does. And we're fairly confident that that will continue to be true. However, we're excited to see in the university pilot program, that's where we're gonna have a full year of test data to, I guess, further prove that out. But our initial reaction is that we found this is actually changing user behavior so that even without Uji installed, after they've kind of gotten used to this mindset, instead of getting used to it and ignoring it, they're getting used to it and getting used to taking shorter showers, whether or not there's a light there, which is something we thought was really exciting.
Just to follow up, how much time do you set on that before it turns yellow?
It turns red at about 7 minutes, which gives people about a minute to realize that it's red and then kind of finish up and do their thing, and then by the time they...
And then what's inside the showerhead? What's the electronics that you've added, and what's the cost of doing that?
Yeah, so just to clarify your question, is the cost, the current cost of the prototype or our foreseen cost of the product?
Product.
Okay, so basically what goes into it is we need some way to sense the water flowing, which is a binary thing. Is it flowing, is it not flowing? And then have some sort of controller to basically control the LEDs. So all that goes inside of it at this point is a battery, a controller, and a sensor, which all, when you mass produce them, can all be very cheap. And so we foresee in the future that our cost for producing one will be around the $15 range when we're mass producing them. And we've also estimated that we would set a retail price of about $50. And we think with those 2 price points, we can really hit the numbers that we're trying to accomplish.
So a lot of times there's established distribution lines, and there's products that are tested, they're safe, universities that have big care, responsibilities care about that. So it's really distributors you have to sell and convince. What I found with energy-saving products, no matter how great they are, whatever they are, the distributor says, I make money with what I have, I'm selling it, yeah, this is a great product. How do you break that into that distribution chain?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And how I will answer that is we do recognize that it's going to be very difficult to initially go up against these large companies that work through distributors and then talk to universities. That's something that as a small startup is not a feasible thing to do. So that's where our competitive advantage comes in. And basically, we have already been talking with universities to gauge their interest in our product. And we feel that initially they have been all for installing our product when we can give it to them. And we are confident that once we have that product installed, not only will the universities that actually have the product see the savings and also the publicity that they get nationally about installing these shower heads. So the universities with the shower heads will see those benefits, and other universities will see those benefits as well. And we hope to encourage sort of a wave of people adopting our technology.
Where are you now in school or out of school in your professions? Go into that a little bit more.
So we are currently all seniors at Tufts University, so fingers crossed, we'll be graduating in a couple days. Yeah.
What's the barrier to entry? You mentioned that. Is there anything else?
Yeah, so I mean, the barrier to entry at this point is basically popularity and market traction. And so we have a prototype currently that has all the functionality that we need for our initial product. So basically we need to create this demand in order to actually sell this product. And so we hope that our university pilot program will increase this market traction and this demand.
Can you talk about competitors in the less water flow sense? So the shower head that lets less water come out than the average shower head and therefore ends up really saving as much water as.
So the thing about our system is we actually do both. We have a 1.6 gallons per minute flow rate, which is the EPA certifies a water sense certification at 2.0 gallons per minute. So basically, we not only modify user behavior, but are providing this same type of savings through low flow rate reduction. And we think we have a much more, enticing product that's much more fun to have than those regular low flow shower heads, which everybody complains about, as I'm sure you know.
So, what's the minimum order size that you need to begin production? And I assume production's in China, and have you figured that out?
So we have been talking we have a bunch of advisors in that side of things because we realize that we're coming out of undergrad and we have no experience, especially manufacturing in China. So we have a bunch of advisors who we've been talking about on that subject. And basically, as technology keeps increasing and the world gets just closer together through information, the ability to manufacture things in small batches is a lot more feasible. So while it might be expensive for us to manufacture 50 or so, still it'll be worth it for us to do the batch of 50 and then get those out in universities to actually increase the demand I was talking with previously.
Is that your showerhead design, or do you just modify one?
Yeah, that's entirely our design. All those parts are 3D printed, built all the electronics, glued them together ourselves. So, yeah. So
Is that cost effective? Going to be more cost effective for you?
that is not cost effective. The point. So the point of this is having this. Yeah. So the point of this is having this. There's 10 advantages to using that type of system over traditional methods. It requires absolutely no setup cost. We can use 3D printers that they have at Tufts, which they've been very nice to allow us to use their materials free of cost. But as we scale up production, there needs to be some tooling costs to actually produce the molds if we're going to be working with plastic in that sense.